Hello everyone, this is Soggy Bottom here. I'm going to bring you another video. This one I'm going to be talking about some of my horror books. I'm not going to show the whole run of my horrors right here. So what I'm going to do basically is just show you some of the key books that have, or key books of the collection I have. The very first one is called Tarot, The Witch of the Black Rose. This is an independent book run by Broadsword Comics. It's basically just your witch. I'm maybe 15 books short of having a complete run of this. I tell you this, I like the book. It's a good run, but they're hard to collect because the company or guy or Jim Balance, he doesn't come out with a book on a regular basis. Sometimes his monthly comes out on time, and then sometimes it might be a couple of months or a month before you see another issue. So it's sometimes I'll miss it sometimes, because the comic book store don't collect they don't bring in a lot of the books in. It is more of a mature book for a mature audience. It does have some nudity in it, not hardcore sex. Gives you hints of it, but it's meant for a mature audience. But like I said, this is basically my witch. The next one in my collection, of course, is The Creature from the Black Lagoon. This was drawn by Arthur Adams. Another one of classic horror. Arthur Adams does a really good job on this book. I love it from the beginning, and the artwork in this is just absolutely incredible. And then I have Marvel Premiere. This is featuring the Legions of Monsters. It is basically I guess you say your first team up of the for at least for Marvel of super or horror creatures and everything like that. I basically have all of them, like Man-Thing, Morbius, and Werewolf, but Ghost Rider is the only one I probably need to get to add to my collection. Hang on, let me get rid of this glare real quick. Yeah, there, that's better. So, but then also too, because of you have Morbius up in the front, and it's like, of course, everybody knows Morbius is going to be becoming a movie, which right here is Spider-Man Amazing Spider-Man issue 101. It's the very first appearance of Morbius. He is a vampire. I mean, well, everybody knows that. Everybody knows he's a vampire. He's like Blade. He has all the vampires, basically, to a certain degree. Let me quote that. I had to take that back. He doesn't really have all the vampires' abilities because he can't turn into mist. But he is sort of like a living vampire. He doesn't have the weakness to the sun and everything like that. But like I said, they made him into a movie. I'm really glad to see that. Hopefully it's a good one. And then I have Morbius. This is an Adventures into Fear. When Morbius had his first solo run, I have the complete run on this one. So, but like I said, I'll be showing that at a later date. And to me, like I said, you're not a vampire unless you file. This is the first appearance of Morbius fighting Blade. Also, but like I said, Blade is your great vampire hunter. But like I said, that's the vampire series first so far. And then I have here the Living Mummy. Now the book's got ink spatters and stuff like that. I bought this at I think it was at a garage sale. They sold a lot, and the books weren't in the best conditions, but I liked them. I saw some promise in them. I loved the books. I bought them when I was younger. It had this ink spatter over it, but that's all right. I was able still to read the story, and I was happy with that. I did later on was able to get another one, so which I was happy. But like I said, this is supernatural thriller, featuring the Living Mummy. This is basically your first appearance of Mummy in Marvel comic books. One thing you're going to see a lot of this is that what's great about it, during the 20th era. I love that time because a whole bunch of all kinds, especially for horror, a lot of them were coming out for the first time. So that 20th era was like there was a really good time for horror because all kinds of monster books were coming out, and I just absolutely love it. This right here is the Monster of Frankenstein, which later on the title changed to Frankenstein the Monster. But this is the record album. I mean, I got a lot of these record albums. This once again, it's like basically your audiobooks. You take it, you have your book, and then you have the record, and then you just play it and just listen to it. It has sound effects. It tells you, it basically just says a story in the audio, and you just basically look at the book, or sometimes you just could just listen to the album while you're doing some other stuff. But and then also have the original, the Monster Frankenstein. This is the first issue of Frankenstein, first appearance of Frankenstein in Marvel, and then I have the Curse of the Werewolf. This is once again another record album in my collection that I bought these. I want to say it was a book called Bookseller that was on Broadway when I was a kid, and I just couldn't just love these books. And then of course I have the Marvel Spotlight Werewolf by Night issue number 2. This, which I just had this book randomly, but I didn't know at the time that it was the first appearance of Werewolf by Night, so I was kind of glad I had that book in my collection, everything like that. And then I also have, once again, you see, like I said, the 20th Century Era, you're going to see that a lot. Werewolf by Night is issue 1. This is when they gave Werewolf his first series. And then there's the best of the best when it comes to horror characters. You got Dracula. Dracula is just an absolutely, let me see, change this a bit. It's an absolutely incredible character. He's really weird. It's like it's a book that's emphasized on someone who's basically a villain. And Dracula, I tell you this, he is absolutely hard to kill. I mean, this character, every time when he wants to with Van Helsing, you think he'd the upper hand, but no, it's in the end, Dracula would wind up beating the upper hand on them, and it's just like it was just really a really good series. On this series, I'm probably maybe short 15 books also too, which is on my list of books to complete. And I have here, this is the issue 10. It's the first appearance of Blade. This is a book that's really went up since the Blade had success of his own individual run. I think they were talking about making another movie of it and everything. I like the book, but it's a shame that a lot of these books' prices has gone up. It's making it hard for other collectors to get these books and everything like that. So, but as much as those 2 books are important, those aren't my actually favorite Dracula books. My favorite 2 Dracula books is probably, this is one of them right here. It's called The Giant Size, Spider-Man and Dracula. I mean, like I said, I can remember when I was a kid when I bought this one. I absolutely love this book. I love The Giant Size because you got a lot of material and story for your 50 cents, and I just love that book. Then I can remember this. I always love this cover. Like I said, if I ever do a listing of top 50 books, this will definitely be within that top 50. And then my all-time favorite, this is the book I like more than even Blade or even Dracula 1. Now this is Giant Size Chillers, featuring the Curse of Dracula, featuring his daughter Lilith. This is probably my favorite cover when it comes to horrors or even just Dracula. It's just absolutely stunning. I can remember when I bought this book, I was at a nickel and dime store, and I asked my mom for some money that I could get some. They had some books, and she gave me, I think it was $3 back then. And then I tell you, back then it's you could buy a lot more stuff now. You know, when your parents just give you some, like, you know, chump change, you were able to get some serious good books. But today, that's just not happening. You know, go to a store and, you know, your kids said they want to buy a couple of books, $4 a piece. It's like you gotta give them 20 books just to buy 5 books, and it's like $3. I could just, man, I walk away with like 8 or 10 books back then. But like I said, I have great memories of that because I remember her giving the money for this, and I bought this book right here, and I just went home and I just sat down and I was just basically in heaven. But like I said, that's just some of my keys. I got Man Thing and Swamp Thing also like that too. I showed those in previous book. I'm not going to show those. I'm probably sure I'll show these individual runs later on. But for now, that's what I got when it comes to key books. And I hope you like this video, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.